Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm so glad to see everybody in here. I'm Ann with Andale Homestead.
And I'm Sandy with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona.
And I'm Monica with Bland's Promised Land Ranch. Okay, I was going to say, I'm so excited because as you can see, Cayce is not here tonight. He is on his new homestead doing his thing. So, Cayce, we miss you. But I am in charge of all of the things tonight. And I have like lists and stickies and Post-its and everything. And I was very excited that went off almost without a hitch. I know you saw us blip up there for a second, but we did it.
It was perfect. So, you did a great job.
I was very, very excited that happened very well. So I can be Cayce for tonight. So there you go.
That's right.
There you go.
So anyway, that being said, let's get with Miss Ann and say hello to everybody because we're super excited that you guys are in here. And I am going to attempt to put the comments up as we go and see if I can keep up. Okay. All right, Miss Ann, go take it away.
Monica, you're a precious angel. Your internet or mine, as one of us, is blipping a little bit. But anyway, it's going to be great. And Sandy, you and I will just have to hold it down if Monica's internet happens to go out tonight.
It's actually a YouTube issue that they're having today.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, there was a post that came up across on YouTube.
Am I still froze?
Oh, it does say YouTube is currently
Am I still frozen?
Experiencing some issues. No, you're good. Anyway, so going live on their destination. It's okay. Hey, we gals, we got it. We miss you, Cayce, but we got it. We can do it. We can. Joe, fix it for you, you cutie patootie. Always the first one in here. Thank you so much for being here. And then we have Rebecca, touched by yarn. I spoke with her on the phone last couple of days, and she's doing great.
Cool.
Cynthia Delight, all the way from the Netherlands. You know, we love seeing you and have Jersey. Hey, Jersey Dolphins. We girls hope we hold your attention tonight. Hey, Lazy Days. There's our Jessie. Lazy Days ahead. Everybody's ma and father. And James Howell, y'all, the Shade Tree Cook. Hey. How you doing? Glad you're here.
I'm trying. I'm going.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Rita from Prayer Mountain Homestead. Howdy, everybody. We're so glad you're here. Hey, Ginger. I hope you're doing good. Ginger, Not For Nothing Homestead, and Tamra, L&L. Hey, y'all. Hey. She says, I love that. She says that every week. That was just wonderful. Hey, Nanny Tam. She says, how do to all of us. Isn't that nice? And let's see. We have, she's scrolling down because, see, Monica gets everybody's everything. Judy Polka. Hello. Good evening. How you doing, Judy? She won on my Tuesday today. So I'm excited about that. Tamra. Hey, Tamra. Howdy, ladies. Good to see you, sugar. Ann Philbeck. I love it when they go, Miss Ann and Ann Philbeck and Ann Dale, so that we can tell the difference in the Anns, and she's precious too. Hey, Kathy from Southeast North Carolina. Where in Southeast North Carolina, my darling? Because I'm from Northeast North Carolina, but my daughter is in Southeast North Carolina, so I know a lot about that area. Milk and Honey Heritage Farm. Hey, Heather. Glad you're here, sweetheart. Paul Cayce Farm. What are y'all doing? Paul Cayce, I miss you on Wednesday nights. Am I just missing you, or are you not doing it? Oh, look at there. Our Cayce on the farms. He says he's on his phone because his internet is not hooked up at his new homestead yet.
Right.
Hi, Annie. Hey, Judy. Good to see you, sugar.
Do we say hi to her? Okay, let's see. Kathy.
And we did say hi to Kathy. And she's Southport.
She's from Southport.
That is just below Wilmington. Gorgeous little town. You have to ride a ferry to get there. And it's precious. And we used to go there with my sister Miriam often for very special occasions. We would go to Southport. That's very nice. And I love it there. Great seafood. Oh, you can get really good seafood in Southport. So,
Paul said, not missing me. He hasn't been going live.
Okay,
Oh,
I miss it. Now his internet was getting funky there for a while with the kids. Monica, honestly, and Sandy, if you ever wanted a teenage Bible study, because he has teenagers, God love him, as far as teaching them, and they're everywhere and throwing spitballs and airplanes and things like that in the background. Y- It's the coolest way of talking about Bible studies, Bible stories, and
oh,
verses,
I love that.
and
Cool.
personalizing it and bringing it to modern day. And I really enjoyed it. Your sister
Awesome.
lived in Southport
Oh,
and Philbeck. That's cool. That's awesome. Okay,
that's cool.
and I think we're
I
good.
think that might be
So
everybody.
yeah,
Yay.
we're trying to stick to the schedule, y'all. And so, Monica, what is coming up that we usually do about now?
Okay, so right now I'm going to point you over to that little QR code. I just moved us out of the way. See the QR code over
Oh,
there? It's
oh
usually
yes,
under us, okay? But
you're
I'm going to get out of the way. And I
better than
want
I am. I was going to jump
everybody to
in.
take a little peek. See that peek right there? Take a peek at that QR code, and you're going to be able to click on that QR code, and you can do it right now. So if you're on your computer or you're on the TV, grab your phone and click on it, and
Yeah.
you can click that, and it's going to take you to all of our links. It's going to take you to all those places. And hello, Miss Mary, grow with me 1964. And you can go click on that link, and it's going to take you to our link tree, and you are going to see all of our Amazon store stuff, except for Miss Ann. But you're going to see all the things that we recommend, things that we use. But you're also going to link directly to, you can click on our YouTube channels, any of our stuff. And Miss Ann has a store you can go shop at. Sandy has an amazing store you can go shop at. There are so many things you can go and check out our channels. Cayce as well. You can check out all 4 of our channels, or go right to the Hey Bale and Friends and hang
That's
out with us. So click on that link, click on the link that Lazy Days Ahead is posting, and come visit with us and see what we've got, because it's more than just us here on Tuesdays. So
Yeah,
look
that's
around.
right.
So
And check out our websites. And Monica
yeah,
has one coming up too. Sandy's got
I'm
one.
working.
I
I'm
have
working.
one.
Yes.
Monica's working on it.
So yeah. So that being said, and Casey's not here, but Cayce did leave us a little something so we would not feel like he's completely abandoned us,
That's
because he's
right.
back with the new homestead, but he's not gone for good. So I think it's time for little cooking with Cayce.
I love it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Cayce. So, as you can tell, I am not there tonight. I am actually moving to my new homestead. Well, in the process. Right now I'm in the process. This is pre-recorded. And I know most of y'all are probably expecting that second $1 meal video, but we're going to do that next week. What I wanted to sit and talk to you about very quickly on this Cooking with Cayce is basically shopping for a year. Most of y'all know, if you've followed me for a while, that I'm moving to my new homestead, and then I've talked briefly about wanting to save money by shopping once a year. And I know most of y'all will think, Cayce, how in the world can you do that? Well, I hope you go and join me. Through these next couple of cooking cases, I'm going to be talking about that. How do you even prepare to shop once for a whole entire year? How do you prepare your homestead? How do you prepare your finances? How do you prepare your brain space to do this? And I'm excited about it because you can save a lot of money doing this. Now, I do have a free download of how to prepare for this on my link tree. But if you are watching this Cooking with Cayce on the replay, or you can go to our YouTube, the Around the Hay Bale YouTube channel, and click on the solo Cooking with Cayce video for this, and I'll leave the link in there. So you can download this to be prepared to do it with me. I challenge you, even try if you're only doing it once a quarter. So that's once every 3 months. It should be fun, and we should save a lot of money together. I miss y'all, and Sandy, Monica, love y'all. I will see y'all next week. Bright and bushy tail after moving. So y'all, it's time to get back to Hay Bale and Friends. I hope you join me though on this Cooking with Cayce challenge. Click the link down below and we can go ahead and start saving together.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that.
That is good.
What a good idea to be
Yeah.
able to shop for a year. I have
Very
I've
nice,
I've
Casey.
preserved for a year, canned things enough
Mhm.
to have for a year, but I haven't actually shopped, like grocery shop so that I don't have to go to the store for a year.
Mhm.
So, pretty cool,
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's awesome. So,
I do not know how he does it.
you see Monica's face? She's getting it done though, isn't she, Sandy?
She is, because she has to move things around, pull up other things, because we have this schedule that we try to keep, and we have an order that we try to keep. And
Yeah.
so um Anne and I will just ramble on and on until Monica gets it all done.
That's exactly right. And Eric was in there and he was saying, "Ooh, y'all are lovely, but there's one that
Am I
really
back?
catches my eye." You are.
You,
You
yeah,
are.
you're there. Yeah.
Yep. And you did come and go a little bit, but I'm thinking that are your kids maybe on the internet or playing games or doing any of that fun stuff?
No, but I'm about to go figure it out.
It's probably the weather in between
Can you
us,
see me now? Am I back?
Oh yeah, you didn't disappear.
Am I back?
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. You're a little
Oh,
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 well, there she
now it's
goes.
just me and you, Anne.
I
The
know.
pressure of it all.
What can we do? What can we do? I'm not in control ever. So that will be a lot of fun. Monica will be back up in just a second. I know, isn't that funny? And what we'll do then is we'll do our subject wheel, what we're going to talk about tonight, right?
That's right.
AK is in the storm with
Can you see me?
audio only. Yes.
Yes.
Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Okay. That's Sandy. That's Ormsby Farms. I believe that's Casey down there.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's trying to run it. I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with my internet. I don't know why. I haven't had problems with my internet in forever. So I don't
Of
know what's
course.
happening. Of course, tonight of all nights.
Oh, why not? It's a second Monday. And so
Yeah.
Casey's trying to run things from down
But
from his phone.
yeah, I can still run it. So why don't we do this? Why don't we spin? Can you guys see me still?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to go to the spinner and we're going to spin. And really quick, before we spin, just know that if you at any time want to check out, again, our Linktree link, you can also click and go to the Etsy page and get our little download thing. But here is our spinner. Look,
There you go.
I got things going here.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me go back.
Awesome.
I'm going to find my spinner. Let me find my spinner now because it's here. I just need to
She's
get to
got
it.
She's got it.
If I can find it. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. All right, here we go. Miss Ann, you want to count us down?
Sure. 99, 98. 3, 2, 1. Bleep. Oh, there you go. Do you literally physically have to like move it? Oh,
Okay.
Monica's choice night.
Woohoo!
I was not prepared for this. So
Pressure.
Monica's brain is a little full. I say my brain bucket is full, y'all. Anybody trying to pour even a drop, it just spills right out.
my brain bucket is full. But here's what I'm thinking, because I feel like Sandy is such a whiz at this. I would love to talk about ways that we can diversify on a homestead. Like ways we can supplement our income as homesteaders. Like maybe
Okay.
we feel like we're just giving all of our money away to our animals or to our garden or to our hobbies because maybe it's a hobby farm. How can we diversify what we're doing? I think that might be a fun way to, talk about things because I feel like everybody kind of needs to know that, right? I mean,
I love that.
what can we do? Especially with some of the stuff that we were talking about before we got on here. Because here's the thing, your life is not always going to be the same life you're living today as it is next year.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were just having a conversation before we started about, some friends that their life looks drastically different this year than it did last year.
Right.
So how do you diversify so that you don't lose everything in one fell swoop? So One of the things I think for me that I could say is that, Eric has a full-time job and we put a lot of our eggs in many baskets. We can sell our beef, we can sell our pork and our chicken and our turkey if we want. We can sell the meat. We can barter vegetables for different things. And one of the ways we're trying to make extra money, and I'm trying to diversify our income a little bit, is to be able to teach classes and to share with others some of the things that I'm learning, because I may not be able to do all the things you guys do, but I know I can teach people what I know.
Absolutely.
And whether that's charging a little bit of money for mentorship, or whether it's going into a homestead conference like Miss Ann's going to do soon,
Yeah.
and charging some money for it, or at least just getting yourself out there as advertisement.
Yeah.
It's a great way to make some extra income. I know Heather from Milk and Honey Heritage Farms, she makes aprons. She
Yes.
is crafty and she uses her hands, and the stuff she has is amazing. As a matter of fact, I think I owe you an email, Heather. I think you emailed me a while back and I still need to owe you an email. But anyway, that being said, using that's some of the things that I've been doing. So what about you, Sandi? I mean, you have like lists of things that you share, I'm sure, but what's some of the ways that you can say that people can diversify, or maybe, change up their income or add to their income on a farm?
Well, I think on your homestead, the first thing is to see what you have, because I say this all the time. You got to break everything down, right?
Mhm.
If it's chickens, how can you break all these different parts of having chickens so that you have different income streams?
Yeah.
Like on my little place, I have a lot of apples, right? I mean, I have other fruit and I have, now I could just sell my apples, my extra apples, besides the ones I give away bags of, which I could do, but I can make a lot more money if I make fresh apple pies, if I make jellies, if I make apple juice from my
There you
trees
go.
that everybody knows there's no spray whatsoever ever on my trees.
Right.
Um, this month I'm doing an apple grafting class in town.
Awesome.
And so that people can literally choose from 15 different types of apples that they can graft onto a rootstock. And I've been thinking about this the last week or so, that um, I really think that people this summer need to know how to garden.
Mhm.
They need to add fruit trees and berries to their yard or in pots, because some people
Mhm.
don't have a yard,
Right.
but that doesn't mean you can't grow things in pots. And I
Right.
just have a feeling that this is something that we need to do. And I mean, you can learn a lot of different skills on a homestead, and all of those are good. But
That's right.
I just have a feeling that this summer people need to do that. What about you, Anne?
Well, I think that's very current as far as people needing to be able to garden, or at least, like Monica said, sometimes she barters her meat for fresh garden
Right.
vegetables or fresh garden herbs. We barter. I have a neighbor. You know how well I am at sourdough. I mean, have a little issue here with sourdough, but I have a neighbor that is like 3 houses down that is the sourdough king. In fact, he just brought us over a calzone or whatever you talk that he made with
Ooh.
sourdough bread today that we ate, and bagels galore and all these things. Anyway, I share my salves and lotions and herbal medicine
Mhm.
with him, and we keep trying to one up each other. Well, here's for the calzone. No, you already gave me a can of that. No, I want you to, that kind of thing.
Oh, I love that.
And plus, growing in our garden with the cayennes that we've grown and the calendula that we've grown, and trying to figure out the best places to get all the various herbs that I haven't been able to grow. Even our oregano I grow, making my own products out of them, and I sell them at our local farmers market on
Right.
Saturdays. And
That's awesome, yeah.
that's been a very good supplemental income. I have some days you're the bug and some days you're the windshield, but so everybody has their day,
Right.
but normally I come out at the very least I've had a good time. And most of the time I make a little money on the side. And I'm in a place with lots of fresh veggies and fresh. We have local farmers that are coming now. We have a local beef farmer and a local
Ooh,
pork farmer that are coming and bringing their products that I know that where I'm getting my meat, which is really awesome. So
that's
glad
great.
good to see you. What about Bob? But yeah, as far as supplemental income, like Monica was saying, teaching classes, you girls, both of you would be fantastic at that. My friend Sherry Black does that. She
Mhm.
teaches classes. Um, I've mostly done herbal medicines and sold them through my website or
Hmm.
sold them locally. And so that's been cool. Hey, Mountain Grandma, and look at there. Just wash the hands. I know that dirty hand thing. But hey, I don't have to worry about washing my hands now because the guy down the street makes the sourdough. Hey, the Moose Barbecue, the Moose won on Tuesday today too. I had lots of winners. It was
Oh,
wonderful.
Awesome.
nice.
And Nanny
Yeah.
Tam says she bakes bread and rolls
Yeah,
and things. Oh, yum, yum,
I love
yum, yum.
that. Yeah. I think
And
that's great. I think bartering and trading such a great way to be able to not necessarily make money, but you kind of are because when you're
Hmm.
bartering, you are saving that money in your budget, right?
Yep.
You are holding
Hmm.
that for something else. So you kind of are making money if you just look at it that way, right? You're saving that
Hmm.
money in your budget to spend on things that you might need to spend, urgent care or doctor visits or whatever
yeah,
you
yeah. Like you were a little familiar with that this weekend,
new
I'm sure.
tires for your car, okay? Something.
Yeah,
But
we do
yeah.
need some new tires. But Sandy, you had a live not long ago that I felt it was so interesting and encouraging, and how you wanted to make $1,000
Yes.
extra
A month.
a month.
Yeah.
And you came up with some fabulous ideas. So do you remember what was your best? What was your favorite or a couple or 10?
Well, I think it's that if you can make a plan,
Mhm.
it makes it so that for me, it makes it so that, oh, I've written this down. I need to do this. And, because sometimes you make a plan and it's like, "Ah, I'm busy. I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do that." But every single month since I started, I have made way more than $1,000 extra.
I love that.
Isn't that
And,
fantastic?
and so I, there's a scripture that says that basically it says, don't put all your eggs in a basket. That's me paraphrasing it. Um,
Right.
so that you should have six things, no, seven things that you should have for income streams.
Yeah.
Because you
Mhm.
just never know what life will bring you,
That's right.
Yeah.
right? And so, I mean, I have my vanilla in a farmer's market store.
Oh,
We have in Wyoming the best cottage laws in the country. We have so much open freedom in Wyoming now because
yes.
we had people that just went to the legislature and just would not stop
That's
until we got
awesome.
this, and there was a lot of states that took our cottage law and tried to get it into their states. And so where Tamara earlier said that she has really strict cottage laws, if you live someplace like that, barter,
Yes.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
That's
because
exactly
no
right.
money's exchanging.
Right. Right.
But
We have some pretty strong cottage laws in North Carolina.
yeah, and I mean, I I have been actively looking where I can sell stuff, what art shows I can be in.
Yeah.
Um, if I can, I made myself my own website,
Which is so awesome.
Nice.
and so I think if you just break down things, we talked about this a long time ago when we talked about chickens.
Mhm.
So you got your chickens, you got your eggs, you got your
Mhm.
meat, you got baby chicks, you got
Yep.
feathers, you got all these different parts. You got fertilizer from the chicken coops,
Right.
all these different things. It's not, you just don't have just a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You have 6 income streams because you have chickens. So break down all the things that are around you.
Yeah.
How can you make money on all those different things?
Right.
Look at Anne's background. She has all of her jars, all of her oils.
Yeah.
Those are, she's broken things down that, okay, maybe this will sell this week and next week something else is selling.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's seasonal as well, because
Mhm.
I can't get goldenrod except for in the fall.
Mhm.
Or mullein is
Mhm.
a season for mullein. It's not here
Mhm.
year round. Those kind of things, to be able to make tinctures with them. So you plan ahead. You have to plan
Right.
ahead and get the supplies that you need and things like that. So that's really cool. I'm open to new ideas. I enjoy bartering really
Me
better
too.
Yeah.
than getting paid, because you got something I want, I got something you can use, and that would be great. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And really, once people know that you're willing to barter, it opens up a whole nother world for you.
it
You
does.
know,
Yeah.
because when people start knowing, oh, Anne will barter with me, Monica will barter with me,
Yeah.
then they don't feel so weird going up to somebody and saying, I have this. Is
Yeah.
there something we could trade?
Yeah.
It's an art form, I think.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. Diversifying also means being flexible with what the current need is. In other words, you can't make what you want people to buy, rather make what people want. And
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. But there's a there's a real fine line with that blend.
Yeah, Eric.
Because
I'm just saying, my motto is make people want what you have. Make people want what you're selling or what you have to get rid of. Because like if I have pork boxes for sale and it's not like, obviously there are different times of time people want pork or beef or whatever, but
Mhm.
I only have it certain times a year. I need people
Right.
to want it when I'm ready to sell it. So I don't care if you're ready for it. I'm going to make you feel like you're ready for it. And that's what I
Right.
told that's what I told the naked gardeners. He said, I don't know. And I said, well, he said, it's okay to disagree, but I feel like you can definitely encourage people to want
Yeah.
what you have,
Yes. Yes.
even if they don't necessarily need it. And I'm not trying to say waste your money. I don't want people to waste their money ever.
No.
But I can probably help you feel like you need something right
Mhm.
now instead of waiting for it.
Well, which is a good thing.
Yeah. And like when you sell pork, if you have some good recipes that I've never thought
Yeah.
about making pork that way.
Right.
Or I didn't realize that I could can up part of my pork. I could
Oh,
freeze part of my pork.
Right.
If you give them ideas, all of a sudden it's like, that's doable to me.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you know what, James, the sunglasses to the blind, I'm just going to tell you that some of the most famous blind people wear shades. So don't you want to be like Stevie Wonder and wear some sunglasses? Yeah.
I was thinking about what
Yeah,
is
you do.
his name? Charlie something. That's the guy that sang country music, Charlie.
Oh yeah, the other
Uh,
blind Charlie, the other
yeah.
blind guy.
Yeah.
Charlie
That's
Pride.
the thing.
Charlie Pride.
There
Yeah,
you
there
go.
you go.
Well, here's the
I hadn't
thing.
heard that name in a minute.
Blind people still need sunglasses. They still gotta take care of their
Still wanna look
corneas.
good.
They
She's so
still wanna look.
optimistic.
That's what I'm saying though. You need to convince a blind person that they want to look as cool as Stevie Wonder.
Stevie
Yeah,
Wonder, yeah.
I have to do better at that at the whatever I have an abundance of at the farmer's market. I need to talk it up more than I do.
Well, and
Um,
when somebody's buying something, there's an art to the upsell.
Yes.
yes. Yeah.
And when you know your products are good,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
not like you're pushy. It's
Right.
like there's a need, and I think this would be good for you.
Yes. Yes. And you're absolutely right. And sometimes I'll say, okay, if you want this, I'll give you this one for half or something,
Yeah.
because half is better than none. And that way, when you split it between the two of them, I've done fine.
Yeah.
And
Right.
But the combination of the two are what's going to help them the most.
Yeah.
You know, the two different salves that do the two different things. Maybe a pain reliever and a skin rash healer or something, you know, kind of thing. So
Well,
it does make a difference.
yeah, absolutely. And I think
Oh,
that's the thing
wow.
too. The key is connections and talking to people. And I've been saying that for a while too. If you want to diversify, you want to make extra money, maybe you just want to barter more, you have to be able to communicate with people. You don't have to be the best at it, and you don't have to be the most excellent talker, but
That's
you
right.
have to be able to open your mouth and try to make some sort of connections. I was literally, my son was in a job interview today, and the lady that was interviewing him, she's just a local lady, and she said, "Oh, 1 second, I need to take this phone call." And she took the phone call and she said, "I'm so sorry." She stepped away for a second and she said, oh yes, I did. I saw blah, blah, blah." And she went on, and I heard her telling this gentleman about some sort of like kidney stone remedy. And she's
Oh,
like, I'm a nutritionist, blah, blah, blah. I swear by this. I love it. We usually keep it in the store that I run here. But we're out of it, but I will get more in. Oh yeah, I'm only right up the road from you, blah, 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 blah. I can send you some when we get it. Why don't you keep my number and I will give you a shout when I get it back in. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you later. She basically saw this guy's food truck on the side of the road, saw that it was closed, and she sent the gentleman an email and said, "I was very excited to come to your food truck and I noticed you were closed for some sort of emergency. I just wanted to let you know that I thought your truck was the cutest thing I've ever seen. And I'm praying for you and your family. And I want you to know that the Lord put you on my heart to pray for." And so when he emailed, and he actually called her because she left her phone number, he called her back to say, "Thank you so much. I was dealing with kidney stones." And then she starts selling him kidney stone breaker stuff. And I'm like, what is happening?
That's fantastic.
Just because the Lord put someone in her heart, and now she has a connection
Yeah.
for whatever reason. And I looked at my 16-year-old and I said, "You see that? That's how you make connections and you network and you talk to people.
That's
Just
right.
open your mouth." Or maybe it's as much as just sending an email and making
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well,
Yeah.
look. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that when she sent that to him, it was from the heart. She
was.
didn't want anything from him.
Yeah,
She
not
didn't
at
have
all.
any idea what the situation was.
No,
And then God just opened it up because she had a solution for him.
She
that's
did.
right.
Mhm.
That's
It was
right.
amazing.
It
Well,
is.
speaking of solutions and things from the heart, I think it's time for Miss Ann's angle.
Maybe so. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad you're here from Hey, Bale and Friends. I'm telling you what, this Tuesday evening, I really, really hope, my fingers are in there, sorry. I really, really hope that we're learning something together. That'll be fun. So it's time for Ann's Angle. And I thought, Ann, you have been one serious kind of thing for the last several weeks. Let's do something fun. And so I thought, well, what's more funny than the things that my mama used to say? But guess what? They actually mean something today. One thing that she would say is, "Oh, first mistake I ever made." And that was kind of a mistake, thinking that I made a mistake. So I think that's funny because she's put that forth all the time. And then she said, "Oh, Ann, some people might not think that you're beautiful and gorgeous and amazing and so talented. Well, let me tell you, Sugar, they're wrong. And they're poo-poo heads, so don't pay any attention to them." And then there are people that, she said, "Look, I ain't worried whether the glass is half full or half empty. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is it's refillable no matter what." So there were some old sayings that my mama used to say all the time, and it brings me happy memories. And they're so much deeper than what she intended for them to be. But, you know, that's what sticks with you when you get older. I do wish I had paid more attention when I was younger, but I'm paying attention now, and that's what counts. So you guys think about maybe something that your mama or your daddy used to say to you, and maybe Put it in the chat. Something that has stuck with you all these years. I love you all. And it's time to get back. We got to get back to Hay Bale and Friends.
I love that.
That was awesome.
Thank you. I was outside of the cancer center out in the wind where they have the snake traps that I didn't know were there at the moment.
That was so
And
funny, that video.
I was scared. Have you ever seen a snake and rat trap outside of a hospital? I
No.
mean, like a main door. And so they're not there for looks, y'all.
No.
They're not there for looks.
No. That is no, I'd be like, no, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
leaving.
Oh, see y'all.
Well, I was listening to all your sayings, and of course, the only thing I actually remember after you said it was they're poo-poo heads.
Yeah.
And then I'm cracking myself up, and I'm watching Sandi with a big smile on her face the whole time. And I'm like,
Don't pay them any attention.
it just made me laugh because, I mean, moms are the smartest,
That's right. That's right. That's what a mama tells her little girl.
Well, no, Eric said his mom was saying, Eric, if you just applied yourself.
Oh no. Well, she may have had a point.
I think he's definitely applied himself.
He definitely has. He is
He's done
applied
well.
himself.
I love that.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. I thought that was fun. I was too serious. Had been serious the last few weeks, and I thought, let's just have a little giggle here.
It was great fun.
Good.
Yeah.
My mom always told me never be a quitter. Never be a quitter.
Never
That's
be a
right.
quitter.
It's okay to stop doing something, but never be somebody that you can't be depended on, right?
Yeah.
Never be a quitter. Oh, Desert Goat says snakes. What kind of snake? The Western Diamondback is good eating.
Oh,
Guess what? I
gonna
have
pass on
eaten
that.
it. I've eaten snake.
have you? Mm.
Have you ever cooked snake? That's the
No.
question.
Absolutely not. And it was in a sausage, so I have no idea what it really tasted like because I ate it at a restaurant. I ate it at a restaurant in Taos, and yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy. Wait till you have your own. That's right, Teresa. And
Mhm.
your parents never gave up on you. Always told me that I can't, never did anything.
Can't never did anything.
Oh, that's right. Can't. When you say I can't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't never did anything.
My family would not let me say I can't. You have to say I'll try.
My mom would say when I was bored, I can give you some things to do. And I was like, no, I can find something to do, Mom. Seriously.
Yeah.
No, I don't need anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fair
Chris.
share of snakes in Dallas. I'm gonna tell you what, I've seen snakes here. Usually they're those black ones with the white bellies or whatever. They come around in the evening and try to get all my chickens and stuff. And the
Yeah.
first year or so we were here, the boys caught one. They were so proud of themselves. Eric's like, it needs to be skinned. We need to cook it up, try to eat it. I was like, I don't want nothing to do with this. But let me tell you, like a good little introduced to Texas Marylander that I took that thing in, he skinned it all up, gave it to me, and I put it in the sink, and here I was rinsing it down, and it was still moving. It was like because of all the like nerves and stuff. Yeah, rat snake, yes, and king snakes. Oh yeah. And Eric was like, it's gonna be great. And I'm like, oh, it's still moving.
It's like frog legs.
Yeah, it was not fun. Not fun. But we tried.
Was it okay?
I mean, it was meat. I don't know. I don't have any aversions to anything really. I think the only time I ever had an aversion to any animal was like wild rabbit one time, and I ate it. But usually if I have my own that I'm raising or something that I've caught or something, it just takes me a second to realize what I'm doing. And once I've eaten it, I'm like, meh, it's okay. It just tastes like meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think probably the only thing that I was ever nervous about eating, because I was a city girl. I mean, Edenton's not really a city. It's like a little teeny tiny town, but I had never done anything in the country. My granddaddy did and my grandmama, but waste not, want not. That's right. I had a young rattler in my yard a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo.
No, thank you.
But my husband what did grow up in the country, one of 7 children, and, they hunted most of what they ate or raised. They had
Oh,
chickens and roosters, and they had, things like that, and Worth would go rabbit hunting and squirrel hunting, and
mhm.
they would barter as well for beef or pork or those types of things. And, so when I met him and we were dating and went over to his sister's house and they were cooking frog legs.
Ooh.
They I had they had gotten earlier in the week. I was kind of freaked out and then went, "Oh, stop your city-fiedness and here, have a bite. Tastes like chicken." And so they gave it to me. It was delicious. I loved it and got over it real quick, but
Yeah.
mm,
I'm under the whole, like, if you put barbecue or some kind of sauce on any kind of meat, it's gonna be fine. So when in doubt, sauce it up. Throw it down your gullet, you'll be good. It's meat, it's sustenance or whatever. It's gonna be fine. You'll be fine.
This didn't even need sauce. It didn't even need sauce. But I bet Sandy has some suggestions that we might need to talk about.
You know, I
Let's
think
see.
she does. Let's see what she's got.
Well, it's time for another Sandy's Suggestions. And it's cold and wintry outside today, so I can't be outside. But what's my suggestion for today? It's a perfect time to decide what you're going to put in your gardens. Graph paper is your friend. I'll say it over and over again. A pencil and some graph paper can save you so much time and money when it comes to deciding how to plant your garden. Now, this is my community garden plot. It's 16 feet by 48 feet. And I just use a piece of graph paper that you can get at any store. And I can decide where I want my peppers, my turnips, my spinach, my cabbages, all my brassicas, my tomatoes, everything in my garden. And it gives me plenty of space to give little notes so I know that what I need to start beforehand, what I need to start in the ground, how much space everything's going to take up. Save yourself some time, some headache, and get some graph paper and a pencil. That's Sandy's suggestion for the week.
I love
I
it.
love it.
I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. I mean, does that bring, of course, I don't do it myself, but I love your ideas. But I would think if I would persevere and get that done, it would bring such peace to your brain
It
rather
does.
than having it all jumbled up in there once you write it out. Then
Yeah.
you have that peace in there, that peace in your brain.
Well, it does help you when you go to space out your stuff in your garden. Because have you ever done a garden and all of a sudden there's way too much stuff in this part of the garden
Yep.
and there's all this extra space in other parts because you haven't planned, you know?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
so, not that I don't sometimes move things around before, and I'll just change it on my graph paper. I get there and I'm starting planting and I'm going, nah, it's not really as much space as I really thought it was going to be. You know,
That's right.
it,
That's
it's
right.
just helpful.
Yeah.
And you have to know what they look like when they're grown up too, the plants. And yes, I had to write things down and I planted this year because I knew I wouldn't remember where it was all planted.
Right.
That's me. I, I
Good.
Yeah, I had to do that same thing. Actually, I took a video this year because I was so lazy. I was Miss North lazy up here, lazy days, because I decided that I was going to plant in my garden and everybody was gone and I was sitting down in the dirt and I'm like, I don't have a book or anything, but I just planted all this stuff. So I got my phone and I literally took a video and I was like, I'm in the front garden and this is what I've planted. And I went through each thing and just videoed it so that I could refer back to it. And then I saved it as like one of my favorites so that when I go back through, it'll be in my favorites and I can find it and then make a little list or whatever. But I was like, I am not going to remember. Yeah. Eric's coming at me now. Hey there. How are you? Eric said that would be helpful to make sure that you don't forget which pepper plants are hot and which ones are sweet. Not that I have ever done that before.
I remember a video.
Well, you know,
Eric's pretty famous for saying that he could take the heat
oh my
on
word.
those peppers, but some of them I think were a surprise.
Yeah, I think so. It definitely can get there. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea to, constantly do that. I think what I was thinking, one of the things I was looking up, Eric says, me, is this a jalapeno or a jalapeno?
Well,
Um,
yeah, because some aren't hot.
exactly. Well, another thing with what you did, Sandy, which I think was great to look at the diversifying though too, is you've got all that in front of you, and now you can say, okay, I'm going to plant all these plants. These could be for the farmer's market, or
Mhm.
these can be, so you can see what money you're putting into, or what
Right.
time you're putting into what you're about to barter or sell. And I think that's
Right.
awesome too, because if you see that, that's like one step on your ladder to get to your goal of whether it's making an extra 1,000 a month, or
Yeah.
just getting to a bigger goal of being
Right.
more educated about farmers markets, or learning how to sell your products better, or maybe it's
Mhm.
just becoming a better gardener.
Mhm.
Whatever it is, if you're starting and doing it like that, that just makes so much more sense to have that plan and have it in place. Hey, Miss
Hey,
Sally.
Miss Dallas. Hey,
So
sweetie.
yeah, I think that's so smart. Just keep your pen and paper and pencil and paper so you can erase. If you
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I use pencil.
And okay, so are there any last tips for diversifying your homestead, or maybe your gardening area, or just anything that you're doing? How is there anything else you can think of? Another way, or maybe someone in the chat has a way that they make extra money, or things that they barter that we're maybe missing.
Oh,
Well, my one friend, I was talking to her the other day, and they're retired and they have a homestead. They probably have, I don't know, 20 acres or so. But this year, 2026, she has decided that every single week she is either giving, trading, or selling 7 things out of her house.
Oh,
oh,
And she said, it even if it's just 7 books, because she can't figure out anything else that week.
right.
But she said it has just been such a freeing feeling for her. And I
I
thought,
love that.
how fun is
You name
that?
that again. Giving.
Selling or bartering.
Okay.
7 things per week.
Oh man, I think that
And
would be. I need to tell Auntie Peg that, because she has all her treasures that she keeps saying. I now have decided I have too many treasures. You all come to my house and see what you want, but she's everybody else's house is full too, so it would be really good for her to do that.
I love that idea.
and you're not too
And for
overwhelmed
me,
because
right?
it's only 7 items.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And
If you
what
did
about
that,
Bob? Mm-hmm.
if you do that for an entire year, that would be 365 items gone out of your house.
See, that's interesting.
365. That's right.
Because it's 7 once a week, so it's basically
Right.
1 a day.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you did that for a whole year, you would have 365 you would have
Items.
365
That would be
items gone.
great. That
Eric would be so happy
Eric would be happy.
if I got 365 things out of this house.
Worth would be happy too, because I'm not sure you could fit another envelope in this house. You did sell over
Firewood.
12,000.
Wow.
Great idea.
That's a great idea, Paul. Yeah, and then our What About Bob says we donate back to our local food shelf with our gardening every fall.
I love that.
And Robin Hood Homestead, Bob, and it all adds up. Lori, both their entire yard in Minnesota is a garden. I mean,
That's cool.
it did have a
Awesome.
yard, but they put like, I don't know, 25, 30 raised beds up last year.
Wow.
Good for them.
They did great. I'm telling you, their harvest was rocking. And it was
That's
so
awesome.
much that he's going, I still have tomatoes. Anybody want any tomatoes? It was funny.
Yep, being a used cow dealer is good too.
Yeah, there you
works.
go.
That works.
That's right, and feel big. And part
Yeah,
of my problem, my mom didn't know how to cook the birds. Oh, today I donated 2 bicycles to the local bike collective.
I thought that was so great. Great
I know.
job, Radine.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great
Well,
idea.
I think about, how many things we just have laying around, how many things that we have laying around or whatever. I think that's a lot of times we just think we could just hold on to it in case we need it. And as homesteaders, we do that. Oh, we might
I
keep it because we might need it for something.
I do that a lot.
But
Like,
most of the time we don't need it and we don't
well,
use
most of
it.
the time, I can't find it because it's buried under all the stuff that I might need one day, and so I have to end up going and buying it anyway. It's easier than unpiling the stuff, so yeah. Oh,
Sell stuff on
okay.
Marketplace.
I do too.
Sell stuff on Marketplace. That's great.
Mhm.
That's exactly right. That's
Yeah,
exactly right.
and I don't know if you guys have this, but where I live in Wyoming, we have a Facebook page
Sure.
that's called Bid It.
Bid it.
Yeah, and so anybody can put stuff on it. It starts at $1. Even if your stuff was worth $200, you know that whatever that bid is within the 3 days, because that's the most you can have it on. Um, and people just bid 1, 2, 3. Sometimes I see they're paying way more than what they could buy it in the store.
Oh
Other
my
times,
goodness.
man, you get a good deal.
Awesome.
I
That's
like
a
it.
cool idea. That's a
But
cool
look on your
Yeah.
Facebook and see if you have a bid it in your area.
Bid it. I'm gonna have to
Okay.
look.
Okay, girls, we've been on here about
I know.
52 minutes. Is it time for a giveaway?
I think it's time for the giveaway. So let me get that giveaway.
Oh, and see now, y'all in the chat, because Sandy and I are already incredibly proud of her, but aren't we proud of Monica for
We
being at the
are
helm
doing all the
tonight?
stuff.
She is doing all the
All right.
stuff. I'm
Let me
so
do this.
pleased with her.
I gotta do okay. We're gonna type in the chat tonight.
Tag.
Let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna share it. It's gonna be
Oh,
let's see
yeah,
if
I
is it
got
coming?
you,
Is it
Nadine.
coming?
Not
Here it
yet.
comes.
Oh, it's
There it is.
Diversify.
Oh,
Hashtag
you and Jesse.
diversify.
D-I-V-E-R.
DIV, yeah, ERSIFY. Diversify.
Diversify.
Yes. Diversify. You gotta want it. You gotta really want it tonight, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Because Jesse does that with those. He did on my giveaway today because I was discombobulated. And I said that more than twice. And so that was the hashtag discombobulated.
Discombobulated. That's for real. That's been a couple days for me.
Yes. So diversify. And you can certainly put it in from whatever channel you're on.
Yep.
We would love for you to jump over to Round the Hay Bale. And we do remind you to please make sure that you're subscribed to all 5 channels. That's going to be Bland's Promised Land Ranch, Sandi with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona, Cayce at Armsby Farms, Hay Bale and Friends, and of course, Dale Homestead. I want to make sure that you're subscribed to me as well.
Yep.
So if you'll do that, and Ann Philbeck says, we need some likes around here, guys. We need some likes.
We do.
Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Make sure you go back and type it in. Type it. Make sure if you haven't, type in hashtag diversify. I don't know if you put it
She
together.
typed in hashtag Dumaflachi.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I see it. I see it up there. You got it. All right. We got 25 in here and we've got 40 eyes watching on the screen. So I'm just saying.
That's so awesome.
We need to have a few more.
Well, maybe we didn't tell them what we're giving away. Maybe that might make a difference.
Yes. We are giving away a $10 gift card to the Amazon, as Cayce would say it.
So I thought it was $1 million tonight. Oh
my word.
Hey, Casey's paying, so we could do it.
He's not here.
He's gonna have to start diversifying to be able to
give away a $200 e-card. No, we're teasing.
$10. That's all it is.
$10. And who couldn't use $10? And it's a Amazon e-card, you guys.
And you can.
We wish, Sandi says.
Yeah, but you can use that $10 Amazon e-card on any of those wish lists that are in there. You can go onto all of the not wish lists, but all the Amazon stores, shop from our Amazon stores, and find some fun things that you need. And when you do shop on any of our Amazon stores, it doesn't cost you anything extra. it
Right.
just helps us
That's
out. And
right,
so we
Jennifer.
might make a small little commission off of that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay.
That
Well,
is better
yeah.
than a used cow. Oh, come on, guys. We got 3 more. Let's get to 30 at least. We got 27. So give me like 3
Okay.
more.
And hashtag diversify.
Diversify.
Now, I
We're
mean,
trying to
if
help
we
you diversify and
don't
make $10.
use Amazon, we could maybe PayPal or Cash App if you really, really don't use Amazon. But we really don't want to do that. So just put in hashtag diversify. And if you don't use Amazon, then give it to somebody else.
Yeah, you can give it to some. Oh, we got 28. Jersey Dolphins came in,
Yes.
got in there.
He's
Anybody
a
else?
cutie.
Anybody? All
All right.
right.
Let's get ready. Ready?
All right. And
So
you're going
we're
to count us down.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Boop. Let's see who gets it, who needs it, who wants it. I saw Ann Dale's name in there. That would be hilarious if I won. I'm not winning. If I did, we have to do it again.
Rebecca, yay!
Yay!
Congratulations.
Oh, that's
She
so
gets an
awesome.
arm.
Congratulations. There you go. There you go.
That's
Oh,
so
that's
awesome.
awesome. Cayce is
That's so
listening and probably just had a heart attack. Yeah, from all the
we were gonna
volunteering
give
$1
away
million for Cayce.
$80,000.
Congratulations, Rebecca. When you get a chance, make sure you email us, because if you don't email us, then we will forget that
Yes.
you won. So, Miss Ann, tell them where to email. Tell her where to email us.
So, yes, please, all winners, email roundthehaybale@gmail.com.
I love it. Okay. So email us, Rebecca, just to remind us again that you won. Otherwise, we're going to forget. And so that way we can see exactly what, that you won tonight. And we won't shortchange you on what you, gladly won. So
Yeah.
now that we're giving stuff away, I think we need to have a little moment with Monica.
We do.
That's right.
Bring in.
Okay, guys. Now, this is pre-recorded, so you're not getting me live because I'm wearing different outfits still. But I wanted to share something with you that's on my heart and something that I've been wanting to talk to you about. So we just came off of Easter weekend, and I'm sure that as hectic as it is, there were these moments where you just felt like, well, I was in my garden last week and I was thinking about all the things that are in my garden. And my garden feels so overwhelming right now. And there's just chaos everywhere. And when I was in the garden the other day, I was thinking, I don't know how I'm going to plant in this mess. There's just weeds everywhere. The weeds are too much for me to bend over and pull, and I just can't do it. And then I remembered that sometimes I just have to settle myself down and remember that there is order in all this chaos, because the Bible does remind us that God is not a God of confusion, but of peace. And this was specifically talked about in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. Now, this particular verse was talking about during the church service where people were speaking in tongues and there was stuff going on all over the place. And while this was a different scenario, it was a very hectic space where people were speaking different things and somebody was prophesying and someone was doing this. And God was reminding us that he is a God of order and not of confusion. But just like in my garden this week, I was looking at it and I was so overwhelmed. And it was just that he was reminding me that he is a God of order and a God of not confusion. And so in the midst of all my confusion and all the chaos and all the everything that was so overwhelming, I just stopped and I asked God to give me some guidance and some wisdom and some peace about what I was doing. And I looked around and I cleared out a space and I put those tomatoes in the ground. And I said to Eric, actually, I was on the phone with him, and I said, I'm just going to put some organization and some order into this chaos that is my empty space garden right now, because God is a God of order and not of confusion, and he's going to work everything out for me. And so that's what I wanted to remind you of this week, that in the chaos of life and everything that seems to be going on and people talking at you from different directions, and maybe your garden looks like mine, that God is a God of order and he can help you settle all the chaos and the confusion that's around you, because he doesn't want to make things harder. He wants to make them a little easier and a little more organized for you. So have a wonderful, blessed week. And remember, he's got you. He's got you.
I love that.
I think I was preemptively talking to myself today from last Tuesday.
Yes. He knew God knew you needed to hear that word, didn't he?
He knew I needed to hear myself tell myself, hey, settle down, chica.
It works that way sometimes, doesn't it?
It
I
has
tell you,
been.
I was looking up some stuff, and at 3 different places at 3 different times, it said, "Your job is to love them. I'll take care of the rest. Love God."
Oh.
3 different books, 3 different places on the internet. I mean, it was a book, it was the internet, it was another place on the internet. And I said, "Oh, well, then I'm supposed to love. Then don't worry about the rest of it because God said He's going to take care of it."
There you go. Well, on that note, we love y'all so much. We're so thankful
Yes.
you're coming in here today. And we hope you'll be back next week.
Yes.
And Cayce will be back next week, I think. I think we're all
Yes.
going to be back here next week.
Yes.
So we will see you next week. Come back and join us. And don't forget to check out all the channels and stuff because we all do our thing during the week too. So we want to see you then. So until next week, bye, y'all. Bye.
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 That was fun.